Coach, I know prior to the season you talked about a lot more GT and GY stuff. Haven't seen the all 22 of everything, but how do you feel that's been holding up with the more athleticism on the offensive line? Did you feel that maybe it's a little bit too much athleticism and you kind of want to go back to the basics and whatnot?
Yeah, we ran some counter gap Saturday there that we were pulling the guard and our tight end and was a pretty effective play for us, and a little bit of wide zone where we're pulling some people. But we got more into wanting to come downhill against San Antonio because they were moving their front so much. We'd still like to pull and move some people. We think we're athletic enough to do those things. So we're going to continue to emphasize that. And the play actions off of it have been good for us too. So, whenever you can pull people and throw a naked or a play action is so much more effective because the linebackers see those pullers. So we need to keep that in our offense.
With those like stem fronts that you're getting and whatnot, is it kind of a recognition, like the offensive line having a little bit of issues recognizing and whatnot, their assignments, or is that kind of been an issue for y'all, you think?
I think in the first game that certainly was a little bit of an issue. We were much better in this game. I think offensive line wise, we certainly handled that a lot better in this game. And I think it's one of the reasons we ran the ball a little bit better in this one.
Talking with Case, how athletic he's been and whatnot. On that first extra point, when you guys did the film review, did you kind of tell him like, "Hey, taper it back sometime"? Like when the I believe it was he came back, he's like, I don't know which receiver it was, but it was kind of a. I think I could have made the throw, and I'm 5'7", and I don't think I'm a good quarterback. Did you?
Yeah, you're right. There's a time to
Yeah.
protect yourself there a little bit too.
Yeah.
Right? You're right, and there was Jonathan Adams was in the back of the end zone by himself. You're exactly right. So yeah, I mean, I love the way Case plays the game, and we all do. He plays aggressive, and he's out there to win all those things, but there is a time to be a little bit smarter with your body, particularly early in a game in situations like that. But, he's really bringing something to us right now, but we've got to keep him healthy for the season too.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
You talk about the two plays and whatnot. Sometimes you kind of see in these 2-minute situations or even probably less than 30 seconds, it looks like a lot of panic in spring football quarterbacks, whether it be practice time or preparation. Is that something you guys continue to work in where it's like, hey, it's 3rd and 7. We're obviously in a 4-down situation under the 25 and in, kind of that green zone for y'all, as far as with Case having the freedom to go like, hey, we're going to run, slot fade on this one. And then the next play is, an out route or whatever y'all's terms are and whatnot.
Right. You're talking about 2-minute offense, Pat?
I'm sorry. Yeah, go 2 minutes because, we saw it yesterday in the Houston game, and I've seen it over the last couple of years where it's like, kind of the headlights are on for a lot of these guys when they're going in. They haven't played much except in like maybe preseason and whatnot in the NFL. And it doesn't seem like that preparation is there. Is that something with Case's experience and you guys obviously knowing each other and whatnot, that you're already a couple steps ahead on other teams' 2-minute offense?
Right. Yeah. I think that's happened to us for a couple of reasons. One is at times you'll see us play no huddle anyway. We have what we call mock plays where we go to the line of scrimmage and just run fast, go lined up. And that extends into your 2-minute offense. And the other part is we do have a lot of experienced guys. So we feel pretty comfortable in the 2-minute aspect of things. And our plays carry over, and Case does a good job of handling the protections and those type of things. Where it gets difficult in the spring league is, receivers don't have time to flip sides and line up where they may. They have to learn both wide receiver spots because you may end up to the wide field instead of the boundary and vice versa. So our guys have been really good at learning both positions. All of our receivers can play both, so we don't have to worry about flipping the formation, those type of things in a 2-minute situation. But all that is tougher because you don't have OTAs and those type of things in the spring league. Definitely. Yeah.
Does Case have a little bit more freedom than McLeod did?
McLeod had a lot of experience in this offense, but they're both about the same. I would say Case is right there with him in that aspect of things because he's picked the offense up so quickly. We're letting him, handle the pass protections for us at the line during that situation. He's making really good decisions. He's changing some routes at the line of scrimmage depending on what he sees. So we're pretty far along in that area. You're right, exactly what you said.
Thank you, Coach. David, how amazing has it been to be able to learn from a guy like Jonathan Adams as well? Obviously, the ultimate goal is always the NFL and whatnot, but to be able to have someone who's had success in this league to kind of keep you on focus and whatnot, not just with him, but guys like Wes and Sage Durrott, all on the offensive side of the ball.
Man, it's been good, man. I built a lot of chemistry with a lot of them guys. I'm the young pup. I'm technically the young pup, and I'm very new to this league. So it's great to learn from Wes, from Jonathan, from Sage. Me and Jonathan are kind of like brothers. Out of everybody, me and Jonathan hangs out a lot. I learn at practice. Me and him piggyback off each other. I tell him things he need to work on. He tell me things I need to work on. In practice, we push each other to and just to be better athletes for the team. Because somewhere down the line, it's gonna fall back down to our techniques, and me and him really push each other on techniques and the core values of being a great receiver. So I'm happy to have Jonathan, Sage, and Wes, and all the other guys in our offense to kind of bring me along and show me the ropes.
Daewood, do you feel that your transition to the UFL might have opened some eyes in your peer group, whether it be class of 2023 guys from Western Kentucky? Do you feel like now, with some younger guys who are having some success and whatnot, and the stability of the league looking to 2025, that kind of helped open the doors of maybe getting some new younger talent into the league?
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Me from me personally, this is a great opportunity. Things didn't work out for me in things didn't work out for me in the NFL. So me having this opportunity to show the world that, hey, I'm still here and I'm still a ball player, I still can play, is a great piggyback. I have friends that's in the upcoming combine. I play for Western and I play for other schools, and I'm telling them cats, like, like, if you don't get drafted, you don't get picked up, it's still an option out there. Spring football is still football. It's still pro football. You come here, develop, and maybe you show all these teams that you're a ball player. So me personally, I think me coming to the spring league really helped me out a lot, and it will also help out the league.
Coach, one I could think about this week, if I was in your shoes, was talking about the killer instinct, right? Delivering that kill blow. How do you articulate that to your team as far as finishing the game and whatnot? Obviously, allowing San Antonio to score 20 points and whatnot. What's that message on that front going into Tuesday's meetings?
Yeah, we always say, one of the things I've told our team from the beginning is there's that point in the game where you got to put the other team out of misery. And there's always that point in the game, especially more so obviously in tight games. And we didn't do that. We didn't do that. And so, I mean, just look at some of the mistakes. I mean, we fumble a quarterback sneak after gaining 5 yards. I mean, it's, we don't plaster on defense in the secondary. I mean, we let guys run around. We don't get our hands on people. We should have. We weren't communicating up front, linebacker to D-line, we overthrow people. We drop balls. It's just there's just too many sloppy errors in that game for us to put anybody away. And so it just wasn't good enough. And, that happens in pro football. Do that. Teams come back and they beat you.
Coach Martin talked about this earlier this week, some of the miscommunication on the offensive line. It looked like they're doing a lot of stem fronts or stems and whatnot. With Birmingham's defensive line, obviously Coach Chavis being over there for a couple of years, the continuity and whatnot. How have you guys prepared for that moving into Bree?
Yeah, just giving us our team the looks that they've shown, and literally it's something as simple as that. And it's not simple, but it's the simple solution is just rep and the things that they've shown. And obviously they do a nice job over there. They'll have something for us we haven't seen, like they always do, and we'll have to adjust in your base rules. Hopefully we'll pick it up. But, obviously our communication has to be better all across the board for the whole team.
Thank you, Coach. Obviously, a little bit of a scare with Daewood Davis going down, knowing his history and everything like that. Heart stop a little bit. Game got put on pause for a second when you saw that, and obviously the emotion of him popping right back up into the game a play or two later.
Yeah, I mean, I my heart skips a beat when I see any player down on the field. These guys put their heart and soul on the line every single game, and it's a violent game, man. I mean, we'll be watching game tape, and I'll be watching it with the quarterbacks. I'm like, man, you guys play a violent game, bro. And it's just unfortunately that's part of the deal. And I hate for any player, even on the opposing team when they're down and hurt. So, it's unfortunately part of our game.
Also, Coach, Wes Saxton appearing on the injury report this week. I know Coach Barnes talked volumes about him, how he kind of not only allows Sage to get some rest and whatnot, but his versatility, being able to go into the backfield and whatnot. How's his forecast going into week 3?
He's going to give it a go tomorrow. Is going to be the plan, and he's going to try to go tomorrow. So we'll see. So he's got 2 more treatments today and tomorrow morning early. Tomorrow morning, so we'll have one this afternoon, one tomorrow morning, and he's going to try to give it a go tomorrow.
Good to go. If not, you think you're going to be a little bit more spread out and whatnot?
We're ready. We're ready for everything. We have contingency plans for everything, and so and it's that. So that's how we'll handle it.
And last one here, Coach, a guy like Wes seems like a core 4 guy from what I could see. I haven't watched all 22 yet, but how much? And we've talked about in preseason a little bit. How much does that factor into even your special teams game? Kind of just like it's an extra layer of the versatility that a lot of these guys have.
It's a lot, and Wes reminds me of a version like when I was at the Oakland Raiders. We weren't the best team. Okay, we weren't very good, but we always had the best special teams units because Coach Davis believed in height, weight, and speed. All right, so and now Wes is a fantastic tight end. I'm not trying to say he's a height, weight, and speed guy, but my point is he's a big guy that can run fast. Okay, so usually that equates to being a pretty good special teams player. And so, yeah, I mean Wes, I love the kid. He's into it. He's smart. I'm glad he's on our team.
Coach, were you there with Bruce Campbell out of Maryland? Was he after you? I think he was.
I was there in 07 and 08, and then 12, 13, 14. But Coach Davis had unfortunately passed away by the time I came back.
Yeah, he was I think he was an 09 class guy, but same type of dude. Like wasn't maybe the best football player, but I think ran like a 4.7 or something like that as an offensive tackle. He was a combine freak. So
right,
yeah. But I mean, Coach Co has told me some of those stories. So different.
But, I love Coach Davis, by the way. I mean, Coach Davis, he's probably the most fascinating man I've ever met in my life in terms of being just a brilliant, unbelievable mind.
I got a call with Charlie later today, so I'll be sure to bring that up a little bit.
So. Yeah, he's a brilliant dude, man. He's missed.